What's up, fellas? We're gonna start at 5 minutes. Well, 4 minutes to be exact. Start at 4 minutes. Yo, oh man, it's gonna be a little easy night tonight. A little easy night tonight. This thing should have been full like a mug. But I'm gonna tell you something. We're gonna do this week. We're gonna do blessings versus freestyle. Yeah, we're gonna do blessings versus freestyle. Showing how negative it is. Everybody's still using it. That shit negative. You know what I mean? We got about 30 seconds. You know it's the holidays, people with their family and stuff like that. It's all good, fellas. It is all good. All right, let me go and get started. Um, this is Sham Stoppers. We reserve all our rights, wave none. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know who run this child support bullshit. And we ain't giving it back. And Let's go and talk about it, man. A lot of people don't know this, right? They swear up and down they do, but I know they don't know. I can catch niggas in the lie, you know. A lot of people don't know this. Let's get it started. Formal and informal contracts. And we're going to talk about this dealing with, this goes to any type of contract. Child support, the bitch going down there, putting your name on some shit. That's a contract, an application. Anything that's on a form, a document, a sheet of paper. Remember, fellas, a receipt. That's a contract. Okay? Of course, have commonly been classified in several ways that must here be given some consideration. Descriptive terms, in common use must be considered and defined. One such classification is expressed by the terms formal contract and informal contract. The distinction between formal and informal contract was one of the great organizing distinctions prior to the 20th century. Today, the distinction is only rarely noted and is not of great importance. Okay, formal contract is one where the legal operation is dependent upon the form in which it was made, the mode of expression, and not upon the sufficiency of the consideration that was given in the return for it, or upon any change of position by the promise and reliance upon it. Okay, by the promisee. Okay, y'all ready for this? Child support. So this how unbiased and unfair and a big conflict of interest child support is, right? They just start believing this bitch, taking her word, right? Because the state lies, say they don't represent her, and we all know they represent her, because if they didn't represent her, they wouldn't be on her side. It'll be two different suits. So child support, really, you going against is a class action lawsuit. Okay. Right? And form it was made. And that's how they make the contract, through her lying, right? And then the mode of expression, right? So they can you can express that you know it. Like if you ain't rebutted, if you ain't did none of that, they going by your expression on this shit. They expressing that, hey, he gonna pay, right? That's what they going by. An informal contract, on the other hand, is one where the legal operation does not depend upon the form in which it was made or the mode of expression. Most informal contracts depend on their legal validity upon the presence of a sufficient consideration given in return for the promise, but others are enforceable without any consideration given in return, to various reasons, all of which must be discussed in great detail hereinafter in dealing with subject of consideration and whether other reasons for enforcement of promises. Informal contracts have very commonly been called simple contracts. Certain kinds of formal contracts have been described as specialties, right? Among these contracts are commonly classified as formal in character or contracts under seal. Okay? Seal, recognizance, negotiable instruments, documents of titles, letters of credit. Don't that sound like child support to y'all? Huh? Don't that sound like child support? Stipulations in open court may properly be classified as formal contracts. Okay, you ready for this? When the bitch modifying, they starting to modify. Well, I see he doing that, right? And also a stipulation to say, well, if he don't do that, he gonna go to jail. If you pay this, you get to keep your license. That's a stipulation, right? Like if you leave a stipulation in the will for your daughter, if she don't graduate, if she don't have $100,000 in her bank account, she can't get this estate. So that's a stipulation, right? In addition, statutes in some jurisdictions permit the making of some kind of contracts without consideration, provided the contract is expressed in a signed writing. Did you sign anything? Did you sign all this shit? Huh? Child support is supposed to have a seal. It's a negotiable instrument. Letters of credit, because it's dealing with money. Because if you don't pay it, what they say, it goes on your what? Credit report and it shows up as a fucking loan. When the bitch signed you up, it's her loan. This is her case. She's the obligor, fellas. You are not the obligor. You didn't bind yourself. She did. Okay? Okay. Without the consideration provided by the contract expressed and signed in writing. To the discussion of contracts under seal, a significant portion of the entire chapter must be devoted. The law applicable to negotiable instruments, documents of title, and letters of credit is so special, character is so extensive in amount that they are commonly treated as independent subjects. It could not be stated and explained with any fullness in less than one large volume. There are many instances in which the law of negotiable instruments is different from what it is applicable in the case of other kinds of contracts. A recognizance is usually, if not always, a formal acknowledgement. Did you see that? Did you see that? So put it like this. They send you something in the mail, you recognize that they sent you that shit, and you ain't signed nothing. Guess what? You expressly, right? And they think you agree with this shit. They know you recognize that letter and shit. You recognize them on the phone. You didn't say don't call my motherfucking phone no more. You didn't send none of their paperwork back. You keep their paperwork, guess what? You in agreement with them. We already read that. Before, okay. Made in the presence of a court or before a magistrate who is authorized to take such announcement or by means of a document file. Okay. How would you explain that to the courts? Hold on. If you want to explain something to the courts, my brother, if you want to explain something to the courts, make sure that you have a court reporter. Okay. Get you a court reporter if you don't have. This is what y'all gotta understand too. If you in court, aka their business meeting, they like to say it's court because it's all trial type, judicial type, all that fake quasi. It's all quasi. If you don't have a jury in there or your peers, fellas, you are at a business meeting. It's court business. They just using the word court to play with you, which means games, right? When you go in there and say, as long as you got a court reporter, hey, I didn't sign anything. I don't agree with this, such and such. And then your paperwork got to be right. You got to have the correct paperwork. I know I sound like some of these idiots that's saturated the whole thing. You know what I mean? Look over here at Sham Stoppers. Me and a few other guys, like the only men that ain't ran from another county to live in another county. I'm in here in Austin live. I beat both my baby mamas in court, right? Told them straight up I wasn't giving them nothing. I don't owe y'all. I didn't sign the application. She's the original obligor. If you can't say that, if you can't go in there as a man, I don't even like to say that. Because a lot of these niggas kept, they said now, they know they not fucking me and they little bitches. You know what I mean? They playing hard on the internet and shit. They ain't been in no fights with nobody. But anyway, let me continue to read first. With a clerk of the court as a part of the record of a pending litigation. Primarily today, they are employed to secure provisional release of persons. Like you got people up here talking about you not a person and all that. You was given a person. That all cap name is your person. You have constitutional rights. People up here saying it's a corporation. You can say that. But when you start getting into that shit, you're gonna be labeled something. And some people might let you go because they want to deal how retarded you are. You know what I mean? Learn the Constitution. Persons under arrest are generally discussed in connections with bail bonds. Y'all see that? In some jurisdictions, the term may have still other uses. In early English history, the recognizer seems to have played a much more important part than it does at present in the United States. The taking of recognizances with authorized by certain statutes of one which was known as the Statute of Merchants. Okay, it was known as the Statute of Merchants. Right now, it's just straight business. The mayors of certain towns in which various staple commodities were were bought and sold were authorized to take such recognizances, and recognizance so taken was often called a statute of merchant or a statute staple. In legal effect, and conclusively established the existence of indebtedness and enable the creditor very easily to obtain legal remedies for the collection of a debt. Now, legal remedies for collection of a debt. Now, when they say you owe a debt, child support is a debt. The arrears is a loan, aka debt. Okay, can you prove that me? Can y'all prove that I owe you that without a shadow of a doubt? Can you bring forth my signature that I signed any of your contracts to do business today? Any of them? Because I didn't give this young lady authorization to sign nothing in my name. I didn't give her the permission to sign nothing in my name. I went in court and said this stuff. I mean, I went to administrative, whatever y'all want to call it. I went to this shit straight up. And I told him my first child's mother, I told him you'll never see me again after that. And my stupid second child's mammy went to that shit when I beat their ass in court. And then she tried to pull that shit. And I didn't even show up for the second one because I didn't have to. Because I know the game. Fellas, you don't have to go to court if you don't want to. You don't have to show up and go play that game if you don't want to. Put your paperwork in, let it speak for itself. If you want to be right, you want to go in there and argue with them people, be my guest. Take your ass in there and argue with them. They're going to drag that shit out. 7 years or more. You're going to look like a goddamn fool. You're going to be disgruntled. You're going to be disappointed and all that. I'm not ever going back to no. And furthermore, I'm talking about family court. Motherfucker, y'all ain't my family. I'm not your family. I don't know you. Y'all are all complete strangers. You need to be dealing with her. You're not going to deal with me anymore. If y'all call me down here, it's going to be $1 million. You got some money to give me to come down? You going to suck my dick? You going to lick my balls? Man, y'all, man. People make this shit hard when it's really not hard. And the main thing too, y'all listen to a lot of dumbass niggas out here. I know a lot of niggas up here making deals with their baby mama still. I'm not finna do it. I don't talk to my children's mammies. We don't have, they are strangers. I don't know them. I don't know what the fuck they doing. What you had a kid about? Oh, and they know where I'm at. They know how to contact me if they want to. I was 8 years old, broke out of my grandma's house from my mama to go escape and find my dad. I ran away from home to find my dad at 8 years old. So I don't believe all this hogwash bullshit. Real talk. If you ain't signed nothing, fellas, if you ain't signed the application, fellas, you don't owe no fucking child support. You just got some hella rebutting to do. Don't go along with something that you know is wrong. Don't go along when it's wrong. If you ain't signed that application, you don't have no obligation. They get you in there, they trick your ass. They put all type of spells and shit in your head. Well, this was your kid. Bitch, did I ask you to worry about my children? That bitch went down there. She can't take care of them children. Then you got Tyrese punk ass up here crying about child support. They should get rid of child support. The baby mama don't work. Man, shut your whole ass up, nigga. You ain't gonna do shit. Make your baby mama an accident, nigga. You got enough money. Or do you got money? He's still talking to the bitch. I don't know what niggas gonna learn. I don't know what niggas gonna learn. It's 2023. Niggas still ain't learned shit. Here it is. I got the literature up here to let y'all know. Informal and formal contracts. Formal contracts and a motherfucker you sign, and they got that shit in the, on record and all. The informal contract is some word. Well, you're gonna have to pay this, and they write some shit up and send it to your house. You looking like boo boo the fool. You accept it like it's the law. Man, get the fuck out of here. Real talk. This fucking podcast should be full tonight, but it's not. You always gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You know what I mean? And I know how this thing works. People come over here when I'm offline, they want to look at the shit. But that's cool. Because guess what? I'm walking around here doing what the fuck I want to do. Real talk. Y'all better wake the fuck up. You got immigrants coming over here. They paying immigrants to come over here. They get food stamps. They finna get housing. They finna get all this shit. And they ain't downing each other. They ain't backbiting each other. They ain't talking about each other. You know what I mean? I don't believe the news. All I believe, they come down here, work, get paid, get some money, then go back home. I wish niggas would shut the fuck up about reparations. You got your reparations with the PPP loan, motherfuckers. Motherfuckers want to holler about money when they unspent all their money to pay your fucking bills. When I get off of YouTube, I get off of YouTube. When I get off on YouTube from doing this podcast shit, I get off on YouTube. I don't listen to these niggas on no YouTube. Nigga, I'm doing something totally different. I ain't trying to be famous, none of that shit. I'm trying to bring y'all the realness, awareness. You can go in there and people talking about don't be belligerent and don't be comfortable. You got to, because they threaten you, man. If somebody threaten you, you got a right to threaten them back. Like Donald Trump said. Somebody threaten, man, let somebody threaten me, nigga. Threaten me. I don't give a fuck who you is. I really don't. Because I still read law books. To this day, I still read almost every night. I stay up on my game, nigga. No, I don't do that straw man shit. People who do that pole hustling. Niggas who sells t-shirts, that's concession stand shit. Them concession stand ass niggas. Cause if you go to a football, basketball game, they selling t-shirts there at the concession stand. People gone, fellas. Don't let nobody run you over and tell you what you can do to your own offspring. That's a sign of disrespect. You fuck with their family. Your ass to be under the jail, but if they fuck with your family, right? They punking you. Just like the nigga that hit the woman, he got shot in the back like a coward. Little boy shot him in the back. The bitch could have took that lick. You want to know why? Because Walter Scott got shot in the back running from the police from child support. He got killed over child support. Y'all remember Walter Scott? Where was the uproar behind Walter Scott? I always keep a thing on me. But yeah, let that sink in. People who watch this shit, soak this shit in, you're going to be successful. People who don't come, strag and all that on YouTube and these gossiping back doing this woman shit, they gonna have a hard time in life, fellas. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I be getting sent. I got sent Zion Williams shit. People send me shit on these clowns out here. A lot of people out here ain't doing too good because they played around. Don't sign no contract. If it's in your gut not to sign it, motherfucker, you better not sign it. Stop signing this shit to these old funky ass people. You ain't the author of that contract. Y'all supposed to sit down and draw a contract together. That's what the word contract means. Like if you around some motherfuckers and they sick, you in contracted whatever the fuck they got. Y'all was there together. Y'all all got sick together at a gathering. That's a contract, nigga. See how simple that is? There's a lot of people I had to turn around because they done signed some shit. A lot of people. I don't take everybody over here. We don't take everybody. You got other niggas to take everybody. That's why when you call this phone, I ask you what happened and what the fuck did you sign? Do I not? And then you can let that shit linger. Divorce. I'm gonna be honest with you. That divorce shit, that's the hardest shit right there, man. That divorce shit, divorce decree, spousal support maintenance. Oh, bro, that shit hard. That shit is hard. That shit is hard. But this old bullshit child support, man, that shit easy. It could be done though. You're gonna have to get off that ass, put that bullshit gossiping down, and hit these books like you ain't never hit before. But guess what? Everybody ain't gonna do it though. Everybody ain't got the mental capacity to do this shit. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't got that mental capacity. Everybody ain't got. Thank you. They gotta read Facts for Freedom. Everybody can't. I understand. Fucking with Facts for Freedom, I understand. Everybody don't have that capacity to read, man. That's why ain't that many successful people in this world. That's why it's only a few people that's successful in this world. I really see it. I understand. I used to be wanting to fight hard for niggas. You know what I mean? But if I'm doing all the fighting and you ain't doing shit, ain't shit gonna work for you, player. It don't work like that. We done got so many niggas off of child support that they don't even know today that they not on child support no more. They just keep going talking to the bitch, just going through the fucking motion. But that's their ass though, because it's a million other niggas that really need help who want to get the fuck off this shit, and we're gonna keep it moving, and we're gonna keep helping people who want to listen, who want to get this shit right, who don't want to be a slave of they bitch ass baby mama, right? Who want to live life, you know? We didn't help niggas that had holes in their shoes and sleeping out on the street, and now they living good. You gotta get off your rump. Just niggas just didn't need to get off their ass. Just get off their ass, man. Real talk. And guess what, fellas? Sham stoppers ain't the only thing we got over here. This ain't the only thing we do. Good job, something else. I mean, that shit easy. But a lot of niggas ain't gonna get that shit back because a lot of these courts that they know these niggas ain't gonna read, they know niggas is retarded. But I ain't finna hold y'all, man. I'm gonna do Blessings versus Freestone this week. We're gonna break that down. And then I'm gonna go and give y'all some real man shit. We're gonna go back with the man shit. I do a little law every blue moon, but we're gonna go back on the man shit. All right. Y'all have a good night. Peace.